Earlier today, it looks as though Facebook did lose out in the courts. It looks as though Oculus, it was ruled, potentially was built upon stolen technology. $500 million, the damages they're going to have to pay. That's about a quarter of the price tag of Oculus when they bought it in 2014. Is this a particular concern?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I think, of course, it's a concern, right? It is a court ruling that's going to hit a pocketbook, and that's always a concern. I don't want to minimize that. And of course, Oculus being an engine for innovation, anything that questions its source code is going to be of concern. But 500 million is something that I'm sure will continue to be litigated for a while, versus the kind of growth that we're seeing for the core platform. I'm sure it's a concern. Is it a deal breaker? I can't really see it as being that.
And David, what about the fake news and how Mark Zuckerberg himself has been trying to respond to this, potentially a little awkwardly to begin with, but now with some fervour, and indeed trying to perhaps orchestrate the way in which he interacts with his own user base nowadays?
Well, I think that it continues to be an issue of concern to the intelligentsia. It is not a concern to the average Facebook user. I think mostly they just want to be entertained and diverted, and they are. I do think Facebook is taking the issue very seriously. I think you're going to see them take more and more measures to try to avoid seeming to kind of compound the partisanship that's really so big a problem in so many societies around the world. The problem they have is that they are so global, they're operating in so many different languages, that this problem really is global. Even the Russian interference in the media is global. So, you know, it's not going to be that easy for Facebook to really get a grip on this right away. I think they will over time. Could I quickly on Oculus, you know, I think Oculus is something that maybe is starting to look like they overpaid for, unlike Instagram, where they got a spectacular deal. And I also think, you know, Palmer Luckey, who may be the guy that maybe gets some of the blame for this lawsuit loss, also had some pretty embarrassing behavior around politics and his own public statements, and it may be that they are regretting a little bit their association with him. On the other hand, they've now brought Hugo Barra in from Xiaomi to take over Oculus, and I think he'll be a great leader for that part of the company.